So let's start with our mobility work. Let's start down on the mat. Let's do our thread the needle to our spinal rotation. I'm trying a new angle here so I can see you guys and do the exercises at the same time. So kind of check in with yourself. Think about having your weight evenly distributed. And all I want you to do is I want you to reach up as far as you can and slide through and slowly continue that motion for 5 in total. We're opening up our chest, getting a nice spinal rotation. And then I want you to reset. And again, just make sure that your weight's evenly distributed, that you're not leaning to one side or the other. You're going to come up and go through into your thread the needle. For 5. And then let's just take our knees wide into a child's pose. Let's walk forward. And today we're just going to do some cobra. So we're going to lean forward, dropping our hips to the mat, relaxing our legs. You're going to push up and back down. And you're going to feel that back extension through your lower spine. Breathing through the movement. Five in total. When you're done, push back into your child's pose. And slowly walk your hands up so that you're kneeling. All right, taking one leg forward for our lunge series. We're probably feeling it in our glutes and our hip and our back for shoveling. You're just going to be pushing forward and back. So you're rocking. Seeing how you feel though. Are you straight? Are you tipping from one side to the other? And you're rocking for 5 in total. And then reset. Arms up overhead. 5 in total. And then reset. And now we're going to do a side bend reach on each side. And when you've done that, now we're going into our spinal rotation. So you're reaching across. For 5 in total. When you're done, we'll switch legs. Check in, make sure that your front knee is stacked over your ankle, positioned well. Balance was a bit of a challenge. You can take your stance a bit wider. And we're going to start by rocking forward and back 5 times. Arms up overhead. Reset. Cross-legged. Overhead stretch. Whoa! And to finish, we'll go across. Whoop. And come down to your knees. We'll finish with our 90-90s. So again, your front leg is at 90, maybe a little bit narrower depending on what your range of motion is, and that back knee is tucked behind. We're going to do 5, and then we'll do 5 with an extension down, all right? If you need your hands back here for balance, that's fine. Whatever you need, just even one arm as you go across. So you're pushing across to the other side and back. That's 1. On your own time, 5 in total. This is a great move for our hip mobility because we're really getting that full range of motion. We have to engage our core while we're doing it to sit straight up. So to finish, we'll do 5. We'll go over, bend down, come back, and walk yourself down. Just gets you a little deeper into that movement. When you're done, give your legs a little shake. And we'll slowly come up to standing and get ready for our warm-up. Get my clock started here. Doesn't seem to want to cooperate tonight. I don't have my Google Assistant activated, and I find it hysterical. It just came up and said, ask it, tell me a dad joke. I don't really understand why it thinks I want to know a dad joke. But maybe we'll ask it, and I'll tell it in the break. There we go. All right, so starting in 10 seconds, we'll go through our warm-up. Again, when we're doing the arm circles, we have warmed up a little bit, so we can go a little bit faster unless we were starting from full. So we're starting in 5 seconds. Starting with forward arm circles. Go. Palms are facing down. Nice straight arms. Getting a little smaller, a little bit faster. And the last 10 seconds, really small, really fast. And switching backward, palms are facing up. This will feel good if you were out shoveling today. So it'll stretch everything out, getting a little smaller, a little bit faster. And for the last 10 seconds, really small, really fast. And we go to our squat to hip opener. So our squat, and we're going to open up our hips, which should feel pretty good with the hip mobility work that we did. Switching to good mornings. Again, nice soft knees. Bending forward, up nice and strong. And have your arms out here. Challenge your balance a little bit. What you're really focusing on is feeling the stretch in the hamstring at the bottom of the movement and pushing up with your quadriceps into your hip flexors. It's not your body moving up, you're pushing up with your legs. And let's go into some leg swings. And switch. Boop. I was doing the twist there for a second. All right, alternating toe touches. So a bit wider stance, open that chest up, down, and back up. A little spinal rotation, a little bit of ab work, a little bit of hamstring work. Again, as you're pushing up, don't just pull up with your body, push up with your legs. All right, shoulder conditioning, YTWL. To make it a bit more challenging, lean forward, YTWL. We've been standing up on purpose just because we weren't fighting gravity. But when you're bent over a bit more, it makes the move a bit more challenging and you have to work a little bit harder. Oops, W and L. And we'll finish with 30 seconds of skaters or curtsy lunge, depending on where you're at. So if it's a skater, you're pushing off, big lateral movement. You can get your arms into it to really push. You're really pushing from side to side. And down. Good work, everybody. Here's my volume. All right. So I won't demonstrate the exercises. We've been doing them for a couple of weeks. We've got our squat to leg abduction, where we're coming up, or abduction, I'm sorry. Split squats, single leg deadlift, plank to toe touch, our diamond push-up, our V-sit in and outs, our alternating toe touches with legs raised. So you're laying on your back, your legs are raised up, and either plank jacks or plank toe touches. So alternating each leg for our finisher. So we'll get started. We're going to go in about 20 seconds, starting with our squat to leg abduction. Again, remember, stay nice and tall, engage your core in the movement. Getting ready. Sorry, guys. There we go. And going in 5. 3, 2, 1, go. Pushing up nice and strong here. Find whatever stance works for you for mobility. Ultimately, you're aiming to try and get your range of motion in the squat so that your thighs are parallel. Not everybody's going to be there, but that's the goal. Moving into split squats. I've totally messed that up. Everybody moving into split squats. We're going in 10 seconds. I changed my time, so I'm going to change it. Getting ready. So again, you're in that squat stance, going down and up. I will count you in. Go. Again, pushing on the up, and switch. And down. Moving into your plank to toe touch. So in your plank position, if it's too hard for you to be, I'm having technical difficulties tonight, guys. Seriously. All right. No one here. If it is a challenge for you to hold your plank like this and go up into that toe touch, you can do a forearm and then just reach up. So you're almost doing like a dolphin push-up. Ready? Go. Reaching back as far as you can, resetting into plank each time. Down. Switching to our diamond push-up. So again, hands in that diamond formation, which brings your elbows closer to your body. You can do it from your knees or from your toes or from an elevated position. And go. Nice and strong on the up. Pushing the ground away, exhaling as you go up. Ten more seconds. Switch. Moving into our V-sits. Again, the important thing to remember is the contraction. Really pull those legs in towards you. Getting ready. 2, 1, go. Brenda's just rocking them out tonight. Ten more seconds. Okay, laying on your back for your alternating toe touches. With your legs in the air. Again, you can have your knees at tabletop if you need them to be. You can have them up here and be reaching across. Go. Ten more seconds. Down. Final exercise of this set. Setting up for either plank jacks or plank taps. You can be on your forearms, you can be on your hands, whatever works for you. Making sure your body's in that lever position. So if they're taps, they look like that. Keeping at a good pace. Bum is down. Everything's engaged. It's a jack, it's out and in. And down. 2-minute break. Grab some water. I did my erg workout about 4 o'clock, so I'm feeling it, guys. Whew. Grab a drink of water. I'm going to go in about a minute. There we go. I think I got all my technical issues sorted out here. That's when I change the plan. All right, going in about 45 seconds. Starting with our squat to leg abduction. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. There we go. And go. So nice and strong on the abduction. Try and keep your body straight. Have that head pointed towards the ceiling. This is the muscle we want to work. Switching to our split squats. Whatever leg you had forward first, try and switch that. Going in 10 seconds. Again, you're really pushing with that front leg to drive yourself up. Go. Pushing up. Switching legs. Switch. Hey, did we do single leg deadlift last time? I should be fired. We're doing single leg deadlift, guys. Again, make sure that your body, your torso is not doing the movement. So you're coming down, pushing up, coming down, pushing up. You can stop at the top of the movement and reset your balance, or for extra challenge, keep that leg hovered, pushing straight up. Switch. And switching. Now we're going into our plank to toe touch. Again, if you're on your forearms, You can do a dolphin push-up move where you're out here, you're pushing your bum up and coming back down. Otherwise, we want to push back, reach as far as we can, reset into plank. The goal here, the difference in our Monday and Saturday workouts, is we're not trying to go as fast as we can and get as many reps as possible. What we're focusing on is really increasing our range of motion in the exercises. You want to be at a good pace. You want to work your heart. Switch into diamond push-ups. But we're really focusing on isolating those muscle groups. Going in 5 seconds. Again, from an elevation, from your knees or from your toes. Coming down, pushing up strong. Exhaling as you come out of the movement. Making sure that your pelvis is tucked under. Very nice, Nalini. Good form. We're working our deltoids, working our scapula, and we're working our triceps. Switching to V-sits. Again, using your arms for balance. If you want to challenge yourself, you can move into what's called a rut, which is this movement, where now I'm just pulling up and bringing my knees into my chest. That's the next progression. But you can stay in that V-sit motion. What you don't want to be doing is using the momentum of your back and again your torso to lift you. You want to think about, am I contracting my abs to pull my body together? That's where you're getting the benefit of the exercise. Staying on your back for alternating toe touches. Again, you can be here. Try and get more of a rotation in the movement then. So if you're here, you really want to reach over and really, really contract those obliques. If you're up here, you can be reaching. Maybe you get to your toes. Maybe you get to your shins. You most certainly should get past your knees. If you go this way, you're getting a contraction in the middle of the movement as well as the oblique workout. So you're getting a little extra. Moving down, moving into our last exercise of this set. We are going into plank jacks or plank touches. In position, making sure that whatever one you're doing, your plank is still in good form. Nalini, get your butt down. There. Yes, there. Contract your abs. That'll help to stabilize you in the movement. And down, 2 minutes rest. Good work, everyone. We're going to get 4 rounds in tonight as an extra bonus after all the shoveling you guys did. In my Sunday training, I get these motivational speeches before we do our workouts from my coach. And he said, you know, and we've talked about it, just over 3 months from now, we'll be back on the water. And he just looked at us all and he said, are you going to be ready? Who are you bringing to the water in April? And every time you show up and every time you do a workout, you're bringing your best self to the water. You're just progressing towards that. And that's really, you know, he said, when you look in the mirror, that's all about you. In a dragon boat, it's especially important because we need 20 people bringing their best self to the boat. That's how we win. But, you know, I know there's some individual athletes on here as well. And, you know, the commitment that you make to keep up with your training is really, really important because the time's going to pass and it'll probably pass quicker than we know. And then we'll be on the water. And I know my goal is to be faster this year. I have specific goals that I need to achieve, and I am going to be ready. We're going in 20 seconds for round 3. Again, in the abduction, as you're swinging your leg out, watch you're not sliding from side to side. Try and stay. That's part of the challenge of the exercise, keeping that core tight. So down, up strong, and into the abduction. What we're doing in this movement is creating a solid framework that really is the powerhouse of our paddling. When our legs and our core are firing in paddling, we get so much more force on the blade. Switch, changing to split squats. Again, thinking about driving up in that upward motion and how far are you getting down as you're going? What's your range of motion here? Go. Push up nice and strong. Switching. Nalini, see if you can take your stance a little deeper. You're a bit shallow in your stance. You may not get as deep, and that's okay, but your legs will work harder. There you go. I know that definitely makes it tougher, and you feel more pressure on your hip flexor. Switch. Single leg deadlift. Again, think about getting that hamstring stretch as you come down and pushing up with your legs, not your body. So you're coming down and I'm pushing up. This is where I'm pushing up from, right here. My body is like the paddle in the water. It's just moving. The force is coming from right here. Switch. And working on each of our legs individually helps to balance our body and correct any imbalances in strength we might have. Plank to toe touch or dolphin push-ups. Going in 10 seconds. I'm doing the dolphin. I'm here. I'm coming up. Oops. My body doesn't want to do it. There we go. Up and back down. Up back down. Make sure you're resetting in plank each time. And you're trying to keep your hips stable through the movement. I can tell I'm tired tonight. My hips are wavering in the movement. They should be really solid. Down for diamond push-ups. Again, you can be elevated, you can be at your knees, or you can be full on your toes. Nice diamond, elbows are tucked in nice and close. Go. You're pushing the ground away. Switching to V-sits. Do ruts, do in and outs, or you can do a full V-sit. Go. Down. Switching to our alternate toe touches with our legs raised on our backs. Legs in whatever position you've been using, or challenge yourself. And go. And our final exercise of this round are plank jacks or plank toe touches. Again, think about your plank positioning. It's not a downward facing dog. We're not way up here. We're nice and locked. So if you're having trouble maintaining that, then just do the touches. You're still getting the benefit out of the workout. That's much better, Nalini. Almost there. Two-minute break. Great work, everybody. One more round. We'll do a nice stretch. Way to hang in there, guys. We're going to do one more week of these exercises, both our HIIT and our strength training, and then we will start moving into incorporating exercises that can be done with resistance bands or with our body weight. And we're going to start moving into our strength building, because I want us to get at least 4 weeks, if not more, of some heavy resistance. Still got a minute. And again, as we move into that strength training aspect, where we're into hypertrophy and into our max strength building, we'll be doing lower reps. We'll be taking more rest, but we're really going to challenge ourselves. I think I've got 2 more weeks on my Sunday training, well, actually on my regular training, and I'm down to 5 reps, 5 sets of 5 reps this week. And then next week I go to 5, 5, 3, 3. And the 3s have to be probably the heaviest I've ever lifted. So that'll be interesting. There'll be a little bit of colorful language, I'm sure, as I'm doing it. All right, 15 seconds. Last round, bonus round tonight, guys. Go, squat to leg lift. See if you can get a bit deeper in your squat tonight in this last round. Really see how far can you get down, drive up. And then if you're doing a few less reps, challenge your range of motion. See if you can stay nice and tall. It's like when we are in the boat and we go, okay, this is our last 3-minute piece. Okay, we're gonna make this one the best one. Let's make this round the best one. Switching to split squats. Again, make sure your stance is fairly wide in your split squat. If you're here, you're not really working, you're working your hamstring more than your glute. So you're going to be as wide as you can be with balance. You may need to go wider. That's okay. See how far you can get down and push up nice and strong. You're nice and tall. You're not leaning forward. And switch. My leg decided to switch. There we go. Almost there, a couple more. Switch. All right, transitioning to our single leg deadlift. If you're finding you're not getting as much challenge, put your arms out in front of you. Challenge your balance. Again, you may not do as many reps, and that's okay. So maybe you want to do this. And push up. And come down. And push up. Pushing up with that leg. And switching. You may not completely get to a flat back. That's okay. Go until you feel that stretch in your hamstring. And then it's like a trigger. You're going to push up. Oops. Down. Plank to toe touch or a dolphin push-up. Again, think about when you're coming down, are you resetting into a proper plank? If you're in the toe touch, try and keep your hips stable through the movement. So you're moving back, across, back, across. Sometimes if you try and speed the motion up too much, that's when your hips start to get a mind of their own. But you want to do the full motion in this exercise. Because you're really working a lot of muscle groups here. and challenging your core. Switching, moving into our diamond push-up. This will be the tough one. After all that shoveling, this one's really going to kill your triceps. Focus. Think about where your elbows are as you come down. Push up nice and strong. And again, maybe try a few less reps, but increase your range of motion. Can you smell your yoga mat? How close is your nose getting to the ground? But you're leading with your chest. You're not leading with your head. Just gonna keep an eye on everybody here. Nice, Alan. Good work, Annie. Beautiful, Jamie. Next week, you need to take those toes further back, Jamie, and create more of an angle for yourself. Down. You're making those look too easy. Going into V-sits. She's smiling. I'm serious. Those need to be harder. Getting ready. Contracting hard, out to hover. Nice, Annie. Slow down the movement a little bit, though. I know that makes your abs quiver a bit more, but that's the desired effect. 10 more seconds. Switch. On our backs, alternating toe touches. Again, really thinking about what muscles we want to be working here. So if our legs are up, we're working our obliques, but we also have a kind of a mid-ab contraction as we reach across. If we're here, we're getting more oblique work in, which is okay. It's a building block. Almost there. Switch. Final exercise, everybody. Plank jacks, plank taps, or hold plank. But I want to see those nice lever bodies. Ready? Go. Almost there. Nice and strong, 10 more seconds. And down. Excellent work, you guys. 4 rounds. So then worked hard. Good work, everybody. That's excellent. All right, we'll take a few minutes. We'll catch our breath. We'll do a nice 10-minute stretch. We'll let you guys out of here a bit early. So I saw an interesting infographic yesterday that I want to, that I'll share with the group about the body weight transfer of push-ups and where we're at depending on the angle of our body. So when we're on the wall, see, I'm going to forget all my
percentages now. You're maybe at the higher you are, and this just makes sense, the lower your body weight transfer is, right? So you might be at like about a 30% here, right? Coming down to a table, you're starting to move into, whoops, didn't want to, about 40%, okay? On your knees, you're 40 to 45% of your body weight. Once you get into a toe push-up, you're now moving about 60% of your body weight. If you're at a point where you want to say, okay, especially, you know, when we're limited with body weight exercises and you know, we can't get into the gym to be pushing heavy weights, well, how can we make that harder? Well, we can make it harder by moving into a decline push-up, which I can't find my box right now. Here, I'll take this one. Oops, just ignore that timer. So here, this is about a foot. If I go into this for a decline, now I'm transferring over 70% of my body weight in those reps. Okay, so it's something I just want you to think about as we're progressing. I'm not telling you you need to do these. My crazy coach tells me I need to do them. But I only have to do 6 at a time. But what I want you to think about is, where are you with your angle of your push-ups, and are you ready to start progressing, right? If you're getting to the end of that 40 seconds, and we really just use the 40 seconds as a gauge so that I can keep everybody on track. That's really why we do it. But maybe it's time to find something more challenging. If you're going down and you're using like a chair or a bench, make sure it's against a wall, because you saw my little armoire here started to slide. I don't want anybody to get hurt. But I want you to think about, are you getting the effectiveness out of the exercise, right? Like, I see the people who are doing the wall, and that was the right thing to start at, but you're really at a point now where it's time to start challenging yourself. Because as we're moving into that strength building, we want to be challenging ourselves, right? So just, and again, maybe you try it for round 1 of the next strength building, and maybe you can't do as many reps. It's actually better if you can't do as many reps. If you're starting to get to a point where you're like, this is really hard, then your muscles are being challenged. And that's how you're going to see progress. We need to overload our muscles. And then in reverse, we have to make sure that you're giving yourself enough recovery time. So for those who shoveled today and did this, take tomorrow off. Stretch, let your body recover, take a hot bath, whatever you need to do. You can't be taxing your body every single day. And I'm living proof of that, because I tend to overtrain when I do these Zooms with you guys. Because with all of them right now, I'm up to 12, actually 13 workouts a week. And it's too much, right? And your body starts to rebel, and then you don't progress. And I want everybody to progress. I want everybody to get stronger, and I want everybody to incrementally build that foundation and move on. But recovery is also really important, especially after we do something like shoveling that we don't do a lot of, but it's really, really hard on our bodies. Okay? So that's my little coach speech for tonight. All right, so let's do a cool down. We're going to do some more extra lower body stretching, a little bit extra back work, and we'll be done by 7:45. All right, so let's start with some shoulder rolls. Let's start forward, really pushing through that range of motion. The whole point of a shoulder roll and a cool down is to start to break up all that lactic acid and release any tension that you accumulated when we were doing those diamond push-ups, or even if you're holding plank. Just nice big movements here. All right, give those a little wiggle. All right, let's move into our goalposts. So we're up here, got a little bit of backward pressure.
We're feeling an opening through the chest, and our shoulder blades are retracted. Just hanging out here. And drop. Nice big deep breaths. The oxygen's helping to break up that lactic acid as well as recover the debt that we accumulated when we started exercising back up. And down. One more time up. And down. Other variations of this, just before we move on, you can do like a wall angel. So you can come up here and just slide your arms back and forth. This is a great recovery day exercise. Or laying on the floor and just almost making a snow angel like we did when we were kids. And again, you're getting that full range of motion out of your shoulder and you're just loosening everything up. Moving into our next stretch, tucking your arm behind, finding that tight spot with your chin, and then just hanging out. Nice deep breaths here. We hold so much tension in our neck. I was editing today at the computer and I can certainly feel a tightness through here. And switching. And again, everybody's body's different. You may feel a different side to side. And switching, go into a cross arm stretch. Make sure that you're keeping that shoulder down. Good work, everybody. Switching to a tricep stretch. Sylvan, do you have one of those really cool cameras that adjusts based on your movement? No? I can see your camera moving. Switching to the other arm. I haven't bought mine yet, but I am going to get one. I'm just not going to tell my coach I bought it. Keeping those shoulders down. Switching to tricep stretch. All right, give your arms a shake. Put your feet about shoulder width apart, and I want you to roll down. Knees are nice and soft. The goal here is how close can we get our chest to our knees. And you can just cross your arms here and just hang out. I want you to really feel a hamstring stretch. And breathe really deep. As you breathe, you may find that you're actually starting to release and getting closer. And then I want you to slowly roll up. Hands are on your quads. And just do some cat-cow. So inhale, pushing your bum back, stretching out your neck. And exhaling to a rounded cat. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Take your legs wide. And slowly roll down again. See how far you can get down. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings, but you're also going to feel this through your TFL and into your glutes. And just hang out here. If you need more of a stretch, you can actually walk your hands backwards So I've got my hands through my legs right now, and that will intensify the stretch. You want to feel pressure, but you do not want to feel pain. So back out of the stretch the minute it hurts. Walk your hands over to one side. You may hold on to your shins, you may hold on to your ankle, you may reach your foot. Unfortunately, I was in the line for very short arms, so all of these are a bit of a challenge to me. Nice deep breaths, walking back to the middle. See how that feels. And now walking over to the other side. And back to the middle. Heel toe your legs closer together. And slowly roll up. And let's make our way down to the mat. Lie down on your backs and pull your knees in. Give yourself a nice big hug. I'm going to switch so you don't see my best side. There we go. So pull those in, give yourself a nice hug, and now just rock side to side. Give yourself a bit of a lower body, lower lumbar, lower spine. I'm really having trouble with words today, guys. Just give yourself a nice little back and forth massage there. And then just come to center. Pulling one leg in, extending the other one long. Now let's pull into a hamstring stretch here. Just put your hands behind. Just straighten out as much as you can. And maybe you're only here, and that's okay. Wherever you are, you may be a lot further than me. This is a tight area for me. And switching. Bring it in, give it a hug, and straighten it out. And release. Reach up for a nice full body stretch. Coming back. Bring that first leg in again. Take your opposite hand and pull that knee across and extend the other arm out towards the back and slowly move your gaze to the outstretched arm. So in my case, my left hand is on my right knee and I'm pulling across until I feel a stretch. You may not hit the ground with your knee, and that's okay. My right arm is extended and my gaze is looking towards my right hand. And come back to center, switching legs, pulling that knee up, taking that opposite hand across, pulling across, and outstretching. Getting a nice glute stretch here. We're getting a spinal twist. Make sure you're breathing. And releasing. Let's go into our hip flexor stretch. So our ankle is across our knee. Again, we're putting a bit of pressure in that top knee, pushing away so we can feel that stretch in our glute. And if we want more, we're coming up. We can thread through. And feel that release. And down, switching legs. When you're ready, you can come up if you need more of a stretch. And release. Come to hands and knees. We're going to go into a pigeon. So in our pigeon, we're taking our front leg like that 90-90. We want to try and be as close to 90 degrees as possible. And then we're just going to slide the other leg back. And this may be enough stretch for you. If you're ready for more, you can come down to your forearms. You can rest your head on the ground. And you're going to feel a pretty intense glute stretch here. So it's really, really important to breathe. Nice big inhales and really exhale. One more breath here. Bring your arms back up and switch legs. I kind of just snake my other leg back. This is my tight hip. I already feel it going down to my forearms. And just hanging out here. Breathing through the stretch. One more breath here. And coming back up to tabletop. Roll onto your sides, sitting down. Bringing the soles of your feet together for a cobbler stretch, getting a bit of an inner thigh stretch here. Nice and tall. Now slowly roll to one side and slowly come back up to standing. Again, you're rolling your spine up slowly. Your head is the last thing to come up. Let's do a couple deep breaths here and I'll let you go. Big breath. Hold at the top and release. Nice big deep breath. One last time. Nice work, everybody. Well done. Be ready for HIIT training on Wednesday.